G'day. It's Friday, sharpen focus. And we're going to reflect on yesterday, which was cultivate awareness. And the team became very aware of being more social, slightly different movement around being social or being more. So we went through some strengths yesterday with the doctor. So her initials are DR and she calls herself DR. It's short for Donna Rose. She's got some really powerful strengths. Most of them are in the relationship building. And she learned a lot and learned about a family and her why, which is really cool because we like to focus on our why, even though today is sharpen focus, which for some is the last day of the week. And we're going to do something really cool and really different because we spoke to a lawyer yesterday about getting the charity status. So we're excited about that. So we'll be able to accept donations.
Do you feel like there's never enough time in the day? Are you struggling to switch off from work, the internet, and social media? It's time to reconnect with family, friends, colleagues, and most importantly, yourself. Join the Be More Social Daily Challenge. Just 10 minutes a day to recharge, gain more energy, and enjoy what matters most.
Now that's an example of not focusing on what you're doing. I was thinking we were in the long form of the recording. So I was getting so zoned in on what we planned on doing today to sharpen our focus that I lost focus. So yeah, I was talking about the team and where we're going. So we spoke to the lawyer. That's really exciting, more paperwork and more storytelling. And it's a little bit confusing because they sort of say you need this before you can get this, but you can't get this until you got this. Yeah, so which comes first, the chicken or the egg? Or the egg or the chicken? Yeah, you decide. Yeah, I've got theories on that. They're pretty cool, pretty fun. So how do we sharpen our focus, especially on a Friday, which for most people, it's the last day of the week, either at work or at school or doing something else. So we look forward to the weekend where we embrace learning and we share freely. So our 3 levels of learning: learn, practice, share. And it's the sharing part that most people forget or need to remember. Remember, we want to focus on empowering language, so elevating language by using positive future focus. So rather than forgetting as what you do in the past, you remember in the future. So when you sharpen that focus, your language goes up or left or right or whichever way is forward, really. Depends which way you're facing. So yesterday was cultivate awareness. What did I become aware of? Well, we hired some people to help relieve the load of the guys already in the business, or in the charity, I should say. Well, we can't call it a charity, so we'll say the business. It's ended up tripling my workload, which is cool because I love the challenge. But I know and I realize that if I put in the time and effort now, come a week or two, it's all going to be streamlined because these guys in the team, they're making their own decisions. They're making their own choices. They're picking and choosing what roles they want to take on. And that's really empowering because it then becomes you are accountable for the choices you've made. So we came up with a really good idea and I'm introducing it to them right now as we speak. Well, I'm speaking, but they're listening for the first time. Anyone else other than me? Well, Pip's not even here. So it's just me and you guys. Welcome to the first week of training and coaching. So whether this is your first video or you've been watching all of them, or it's just like your 4th video, who knows what number you're at. But today we're going to encourage the team to write their own employment contract. So it's an employee contract. Normally the employer writes it with the expectations of what they want the employee to do. Well, what I'm implementing and what our team are going to implement is an employee agreement where you share what you're willing to give in return for what you're willing to receive. So it's a give and take, or a give and share, or a share and share, which is what I much more prefer. Yeah, so a give and a give. So I give, you give, and we all give to each other. That's the gift of giving. But some people say, well, you need to know how to receive. Okay, so what do you want to receive? Do you want to receive knowledge, wisdom, an avenue to get everything you want in life, to be able to be who you want to be, to understand your why and know how you can form habits and go down that path of understanding, you know what, if I'm pretty positive, I will start doing what I want to do. It's called the be, do, have model, but we mostly focus on having first. I want extra ice cream. I want a new car. That's having, but you tend to have to do something to have what you want. To me, that's backwards. I think if you be who you want to be, you know why you're there. So why are you watching this right now? Who are you watching it with? Did you decide on your own to watch it? Or did someone recommend you watch it? Or did TikTok just flip by, or YouTube, or Facebook, or one of those social media sites? Who knows? But it's your choice whether you want to listen, even watch. We get the team to turn the volume right down and then watch the body language. See the movement as I lean forward. Check out the logo behind the daily challenge. And then there's awesome stuff like this. It's a fantastic jewelry box we picked up from the men's shed. So this will go on sale today, hopefully, Carlo, won't it? Hey, that's a good one. So apparently they sell for about $350 Australian up on Tambourine Mountain, where the super gold markets are. We won't charge that much. Maybe, it's a hard one because it's for charity. So we don't want to undercut. So we might start the bidding at, let's say, $150, because our lawyer yesterday, he saw the wine racks like this. Now I thought they'd be worth, a little bit. And he said he'd pay $150 to $200 for a wine rack because he loves a wine. And they're creative, and it's for 2 charities. So he's really keen. And I said, why don't you wait till we get the charity status, because that's your job. So if you really want it, help us get the charity status. That's called influence. He said, okay, fair enough, I understand. But chances are I'll organise it for it to be there a little bit sooner, because that's what we do first. We like to give before we receive. And let me tell you, after a long week, well, I don't know, it's flown by for some. Are you enjoying the week? All 5 of you, 7 of you, maybe there's more in the room. I'm not sure. I'm not there yet. It's only 5 to 8 here. I've still got another half an hour before I see Tim, and another just over an hour before I see most of you. But I might get a surprise, and there might be a few more people in there because they're excited about what I'm talking about now, or what I wrote to them a couple of hours ago in an email, encouraging them to earn more because they're being and doing everything that I wanted them to do. Well, everything they wanted to do. I just didn't know they were ready for it. Super cool, super cool. Yeah, I know what I'm going to say, but I have no idea what I'm going to say, because I know up here and I know in here, but I don't necessarily know out there. That's the beauty of the 3 levels of communication. We've spoken about them this week, especially on Wednesdays when we elevate language. So it's really important when watching a video to watch the body language. Do things change? Does that fall down from day to day? Are there things over here that are a bit out of place? Does my eye movement move? We even went through with Doctor yesterday that if you watch the camera, then you're going to get that eye contact. But if I watch myself on the screen, or if you're watching someone else on a Zoom, it looks as if you're not really paying attention. But anyway, that's Sharpen Focus for Friday. And tomorrow, we're going to look at embracing learning. I almost said language. So language, learning. Well, we're going to embrace language as well. But we're going to learn, practice, share. So kids, if you're watching this, go home tomorrow and share with your parents what you learnt all week and start practicing it. Maybe homework, or it could be footy training or cricket training or some form of training, netball training. Might be a good one. But practice what you've learnt. So language, elevate your language on the netball court with your friends, or at footy training, or going to the shops. Be polite and be nice and friendly. Yeah, we need to teach adults. We need to share with adults, really, how to be more polite, because sometimes they can be a bit mean when they talk down to us. Well, not me anymore. Things to do, charities to set up, and awesome people to share some time with. Remember, sharpen your focus, be more social, and simply say, "G'day."